Another year is almost in the bag, and that means we're approaching the greatest season of all, Game of the Year. It's time to debate and deliberate what the heck we're going to put on our top 10 list for the best top 10 favorite ultimate Switch games of 2018. And Gabe, we could have taken to Twitter like Kanye and Drake, and we could have aired our grievances that way, but we decided to do a big video, a podcast style production for you, so you could experience the inner workings of our minds, our hearts, and our Game of the Year list.
Zach, all I want is love. Why are you talking to people I know and not hitting me up, Zach? I've been trying to talk to you for 6 months. No one knows what we're talking about.
That's why I'm hitting you up right now, and we're going to go over this. We have compiled a list of, I believe it's 32 games, which are the ones that we both separately felt should be considered for Game of the Year and our top 10. And then we are going to come up with a collaborative list. And this is where things get tricky because Gabe and I are of different minds on a lot of big gaming issues and big gaming topics. And so we are going to mental brain arm wrestle and try and figure it out. Now, I think this year is interesting because the top is very obvious to me. And I think the drop-off is quite harsh in terms of, like, it's very easy for me to get, like, a top couple. And then it's like, okay, everything else just kind of falls into a smorgasbord from there. So why don't we just start off and let's get the ones that we know are going to be on the top 10 out the way. Let's get those listed down, and we'll make like I'll make a separate little page down here for our actual top 10 list, the official list. And we don't have to give numbers just yet, but we can start putting them into, at least into in line.
Celeste.
I think it's pretty obvious that Celeste is going to be on here. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be on here. I think Mario Tennis Ace is absolutely going to be on here. Feel free to add any that you would like that immediately jump out at you.
I was going to ask you because I added this to the list last night. Do things like Octo Expansion count? It's not a game, but it's a really awesome experience. And
yeah, I think it should count. The one that I was thinking of in kind of a weird scenario is like, how do we, and this will be the case going forward, how do we evaluate or even incorporate games that released years ago on other consoles but first released on Switch this year? Like, does that count?
For me, those are automatically like such. I'm tossing those aside for me. Like,
okay, because we have a bunch on here: Towerfall, Inside, Owlboy.
Well, and the reason I added those is because I saw you add like Wolfenstein and Crash is on there, and Crash is like newish, so maybe that one doesn't apply as much, even though really old games. But Wolfenstein to me doesn't belong anywhere near on the top 10. Like,
I guess what I was gonna say is because it's a Switch. If it was a generic list, then yes. But because it's Switch specific, I wonder if we should specifically consider how the Switch does things. And yeah, they're bringing a lot of games from the past, but like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, to me, should be considered, even though that falls in the same category as Flint Hook if we're going to truly go based just on release date.
Sure. Can I ask you a question, though? Like, why the disrespect for Captain Toad? Why is he not on there?
I just figured neither of us were really into it this time around.
All right, okay.
It is a very good game, and it's one that I consistently mean to play, and I legit have never opened it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which I feel really bad about. Okay, so we are going to include, again, I don't think we can have it both ways. So it's like, do we have DKC Tropical Freeze, yes or no? And if yes, then we also are allowed / need to give a look at games like Flint Hook and Fortnite and Towerfall.
Well, I mean, Fortnite's completely different. Like, Fortnite's been out like a few years, I guess, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's not that different then. I don't know. Because that game's like alive.
For the Switch, we have to. Otherwise, we're canceling out like so many, like Donkey Kong. Yeah. So I think we have to. So from that standpoint, I'm gonna add Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze to this list because I think that's on the top
it's one of the best platformers ever. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think that those four are like guaranteed to be there, and from here now we can start to eliminate, and that's probably the smartest way to do this is go through and kind of. I'll say ones that I think can be eliminated. If you need to make a case for it, you can. And then we can kind of whittle down, and when we get to more of like a 15-ish, then we can start pitching for what games we want on here. But I'm going to remove the ones that we've already added. So like Celeste is going to go away, Smash and Mario Tennis Aces. And while I do this, feel free to pick any of these out that you want to nix immediately.
Okay. All right, Zach, I have two that I kind of wanted to bring up to you right away. One,
Yes.
because one of these is like really new and you've had such a limited experience with it, and the one that the experience you did have wasn't a good one for you. I wanted to talk about Gris. I haven't finished the game, but I've played a lot of it now. It's really, really good. I wanted to throw it on here just for a quick little mention. I know it's not making the top 10. I know that. So we can probably nix Gris right now, but I just want to let you know that game is better than you think. A. And B,
I did not like the first half hour.
The first half hour is boring. Yeah, like I agree with you, but it does get a little bit better. So I know that's one that's probably gonna go by the wayside. So.
I'm comfortable nixing that right off the bat.
Okay, all right. So
I'm also comfortable nixing Paladins. I know it was a big title, but this is our SwitchForce list, and that game means not very little to us.
Correct.
So I'm comfortable nixing that. Some of these are hard because it's like, okay, I love Towerfall, but I haven't played a lot of Switch specific Towerfall. So how do we deal with that? Like a game like Into the Breach that like I loved when it first released on Mac and PC.
Well, those two specifically, the ports are good. Like the
ports are good.
Yeah.
So is it okay to consider them even if most of our time invested was on another platform? I think so, because it's the same game.
Yeah, I think so as well here. For right now, I'm kind of focused on the stuff we can easily nix that we know isn't in the top 10.
So like Sushi Striker, Way of the Sushido.
I like the game a lot.
Top 10 a lot?
I don't know. I mean, no.
Is it repetitive?
Yeah.
Did it wear thin? Would you recommend it to someone to buy over many of these other games?
I guess not. But it's good though. And that's the bad part about like having to just like get rid of some of these things, like because the game's like actually good. I know you didn't play. I know you didn't play it a lot, and like I know like looks goofy like the anime style, even though I like it, and the gameplay might not like be like the best. It sort of looks like a mobile game at times, but it's legit fun and the story's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think just getting on the list, getting on the 32 game list is pretty cool. So all of these are good titles. You know, we didn't scrape the bottom of the barrel and put 100 on here. So if you're in our top 32. You're doing good. So are we comfortable nixing that?
I guess so. Just because the only reason I'm comfortable nixing it is because we have 4 cemented, so we don't have a lot of spots left.
Right. Can we also nix Bloodstain?
I love that game, dude. That game for me is a top 10 game.
So you think Bloodstain is a better title than say The Messenger or Hollow Knight?
Well, I haven't played Hollow Knight very much. Better than Messenger, yeah.
You think the couple hour Bloodstain, the couple levels as a please eventually buy the real Bloodstain?
The game is super good, and it's on a couple. A couple's 2.
So
it's more than 2.
And so easy.
It's not. I like it.
Right,
don't take it off the list. Yeah, don't take that off the list, man.
All right, let's get rid of Owlboy.
Sure. Owlboy's awesome, though.
We're not saying it's not. We're just getting rid of it.
Owlboy reminds me a little bit of Celeste, where like the art style and the gameplay like are what they are, but then it has this like really intricate, like I'm not intricate, but it has like a deep story that you just don't expect from a game that looks the way it looks. So yeah, I mean, shout out to
We're gonna have some interesting ones here. There's some games that I already like am just internally struggling with, like how I feel about it. But let's continue. Dark Souls Remastered was a big game, but I do not feel comfortable putting that on the list. I did not want. By the time it came out, I didn't want to play it at all.
Yeah, but the game itself is good. The port's good. Like we played. Well,
yeah, but this is our list. How much of that port did you play?
Oh, I streamed it and then I played like another 2 hours.
Were you tempted? I mean, all right, we can leave it for now.
Here, well, let's take turns. Let's have a little bit more structure here. So, what'd you just nix? You nixed something just now, right?
I don't remember. I mean, if there's more that you want to instantly get rid of, we can.
All right, to me, I want to get rid of NBA 2K.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's a solid port, but
yeah,
I don't think it's top 10 for us specifically, like how we use the Switch and what we're doing with it.
I want to talk about Fortnite.
Okay,
let's talk about Fortnite now.
All right.
I know it's not your kind of game.
It's very important, but
cultural relevance extremely important. It's all I think it is a disservice to not put Fortnite on the top 10 Nintendo Switch games that were released in 2018. A lot of people.
But this is our top 10 list.
It is. But I'm for me at least, I'm accounting for that. And I've played Fortnite on Switch a decent amount.
It's totally good, and the fact that you can take it portable is awesome. It is an older title, which to me drops it down a few points.
The game's alive. The game's new.
No, I know, but then Fortnite should be Game of the Year every year for the next 5 years.
No, but it was just released on Switch this year.
Yes. I'm just saying it loses a couple points to me because it is older.
To me,
I mean, it's not.
To me, Fortnite's on the top 10 list, and I know like a lot of people feel weird about like you either love it or you hate it. There's not a lot in between. Although I fall in between.
I feel like I'm in between. I just don't know. I mean, there's a lot else on here. We're not going to nix it, but the only other one that I would pitch to immediately get rid of would be Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection.
Yeah, I mean that one's hard to argue with, just because it's a lot of games. Yes, it's
a good collection.
Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely 10 other experiences you should have on Switch before you get to that.
All right, we'll get rid of that. I guess from here, then we can kind of just, if you want to like make a pitch for one and pick one out that you feel really deserves to be on the list, and then we can hopefully start adding them, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot. I mean, like I would get rid of Dark Souls, but you kind of want to keep it around.
I would get rid of Guacamelee before I get rid of Dark Souls.
Guacamelee is such a... it came out so late, and yes, it is a port, but it's such a good game.
So is Dark Souls. Dark Souls isn't a good game. Much deeper experience. It's a lot of hours.
But now there's Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and soon to be Sekiro, and games like Ashen just came out, and Dark Souls feels very old at this point.
Sure, but if you want to do that, there's a lot of Guacamelee, Metroidvania-like games out there too.
Yeah, but Guacamelee 2 is like a new game.
Newish.
I mean, it came out a couple months ago. It's very different than Dark Souls 1. We can leave it for now, though. I'm gonna say, let's just get it out the way. Let's have the Pokemon Let's Go talk.
Okay.
I think Pokemon Let's Go is a very fun experience, but it is so rote that once I'm out of the loop, I don't think I'll have any desire to like go back and play that ever again.
I'm never playing Pokemon Let's Go again.
Right. And not that replayability has to factor in it at all. It's just such a unique case because it's so much of like a nostalgia explosion that I think overwhelms you in a positive way. And it is a fun, good game. Does the fact that it snaps and is gone, it not Pokemon Snap, that would be top 10.
Well, it doesn't snap and it's gone. It took me a long time. Like, I played it for a long time.
No, I know, but I'm saying like once it's out of our mind, like you said, like we're not playing it anymore.
Yeah, but so many. I mean, are you playing Celeste again? Like, I mean, Celeste is a top tier gaming experience. Like, there's not a lot of games on any platform.
I guess I just mean like I haven't beaten Pokemon Let's Go, but I'm out of the loop after diving, so headfirst into Smash Bros. And like I don't know, because I know exactly what's going to happen, and because I've had the experience, and because there are some silly aspects, I don't know if I'm going to continue.
I mean, the way I think about it with that game specifically is, new Switch owner, right, for the holidays. Are you?
But this is our list.
No, I know, but I mean, you gotta account for some of this stuff. Well, I mean, okay, for me at least, like if I could re-experience all these games for the first time ever.
Okay, so Pokemon should be on the list. Is that? Do we want to?
No, I'm saying the opposite actually, but
you think Pokemon should not be on the list?
Yeah, I don't think it should. Huh. What I'm saying is, if I had a magic pixie dust that is gonna let me re-experience all these games for the first time, I'm going to re-experience a lot of these other ones before I re-experience Pokemon Let's Go. Because this Magic Pixie Dust only works for this specific game, not for Yellow. I've played Yellow already. Like...
But this game is the Switch version.
Yeah.
I feel like you're contradicting yourself on this one. You're saying that, like, it's an old experience, it's a new experience. Which is it?
I mean, for me, it's not top 10. Like, basically, like, I might be, like, dancing around in circles a little bit, but it's not a top 10 Switch game for me. For me. But I'm also... a 29-year-old. I mean, I guess, but Pokemon is
our list.
Yeah, so I'm saying for me, it's not a top 10. It might be number 11 or something.
I'm gonna hold it here because I think that might change as we go. Let's talk Bayonetta 2+1. Those are very quality games, but I don't think we liked them very much on Switch.
I like them. I like them just fine.
It's very hard to play handheld.
I'm not playing handheld.
Again, like these old ports, like it's such a rough decision, I think.
So, but why does Donkey Kong instantly get in and we can't even consider Bayonetta then?
I mean, we're considering it. It's obviously here and we're talking about it. I just think like, and maybe this is a weak defense, but Donkey Kong is like such a, you can get in, get out. It's like such a fun, quick hit game. So the fact that it's repeat content for us doesn't seem to like be as egregious as like Bayonetta. Like I'm not sitting through that campaign again.
Who was that? I don't know. It was like a singer or an actress or something. Who was playing Bayonetta and like super loved it on Twitter?
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga loved it. It's good enough for Lady Gaga. It's good enough for me.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to get rid of Bayonetta quite yet. The one I would want to get rid of is probably Guacamelee for me. Flint Hook. I have no affinity for Flint Hook. Like I know it's like good. I've played it, but
see, to me, both those games are so much better than like Bloodstained, The Messenger.
Throw the Messenger on there. I'm okay getting rid of the Messenger. The Messenger's overly long for me. Like
it's a slow burn.
Yeah, the cool aspect about the Messenger, which is you get to switch the art styles and stuff. That doesn't happen for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna make a pitch for Wolfenstein 2. I know it's an old game,
but I think
it was so good on the Switch and so impressive for what it did, and how the motion controls somehow made it more fun instead of gimmicky and gross. And yeah, it doesn't look perfect, but we sung its praises when it came out, like how good it was on Switch and how impressive it is that they were able to get that to run. And now if it was just merely a technical thing, that doesn't cut it for me, and it does open the door for like Doom Eternal to be really good, but we both did like it a lot.
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2 is a good game, no matter what platform you play it on, and it's gonna run better in other places. But the Switch port, it's a good port. It's a very good port. One of the best, probably.
To me, if I'm looking at like Wolfenstein 2 versus Dark Souls, like Wolfenstein 2 is a...
So let's put a trifecta here, because all these games are like similar. Dark Souls, Wolfenstein 2, Bayonetta, right? Out of those three, which one would you recommend to people? Like, and clearly very different, all of them.
Yeah, that's so hard. I mean, Bayonetta is a great value, but to me, Wolfenstein 2 not only is the newest title, but it's the most impressive.
When's the last time you played Bayonetta? Because the gameplay there, it's so satisfying. Like getting those combos up, and obviously bullet time, the witch time in this case, like it
also has like the most niche appeal of.
She's in Smash.
Yeah, that
was a joke.
Okay, I was gonna say like
no, that was a joke.
There's plenty of other examples we can give you that will tip that idea.
I don't want to put more of one of these games on there.
I don't see how Dark Souls Remastered makes this list. To me, like I don't. We have 6 spots.
Sure.
And
yeah, take it off then.
All right.
Leave Bayonetta.
Dark Souls is gone.
To me, Bayonetta and Wolfenstein are both like, they're like right, like there's not a lot there, like separating.
All right, let's. We're so wishy-washy. Let's talk Octopath Traveler. I know you really liked it.
A lot. Of people did.
That doesn't matter. It's not their list.
A lot of people liked it.
Doesn't matter. It's not their list.
But you gotta appreciate some of that though.
No, this is the SwitchForce top 10 games list.
Right.
Our top 10 picks. We're just gonna make a generic list. Let's just go on Metacritic and we'll copy and paste.
No. All right, come on.
Okay, well then we got to pick what we want, not what people think.
What are you saying then?
I'm saying I had an epiphany with Octopath Traveler after the demo that I was like, wow, this game is actually really exciting. But I feel like all the exciting aspects of the game are exposed in that demo, and then the full game is a drag.
How much did you play? And that's always going to be my question. But all right, regardless, I don't want to talk about Octopath too soon because I legit love Octopath
okay.
And JRPGs, traditional ones like this that are like turn-based and maybe a little slower, they're not your thing. But if you love this genre the way I do, like this hits on everything. It has a unique way of telling a story because it's not one story. It's a bunch of like little ones and the scenarios they play and the party construction. There's a lot that goes into it. Music is absolutely fantastic. Something that I don't think gets spoken about enough in video games. And the art style is so beautiful. The gameplay loop satisfying. Like for me, that's a top 10 game. For me, it's a top 5 game.
Wow. Okay. You didn't bore on the combat and the.
I mean, it's turn-based combat. Like I don't
insignificant storylines.
No, they're not insignificant.
And the fact that there's not really that many systems that develop over time.
How do you know?
I read about them, and you told me.
All right.
We can leave it. We're really good at leaving all this stuff.
At some point, we gotta knock stuff off.
Is there any that speak to you that you want dramatically on this list? As I predicted, the top 4 are very easy, but from there, it's like, what the heck else?
Let's get rid of Bloodstained. It's such a small experience, I get. Like,
yeah,
I'm
fine with that.
But then, just like I'm giving a little here, you got to give a little too. Let's get rid of let's get rid of Flint Hook.
Let's get rid of Towerfall
or Flint Hook. Towerfall's so fun, and not that Flint Hook isn't, but there's a lot of Flint Hook likes.
I would be fine wiping the complete bottom 6 of this list.
Fortnite's on there. Inside
Towerfall, Fortnite, Octo, Flint Hook, Walkman. I would be fine doing a big old grab and delete.
I don't want to just get rid of Octo or Fortnite. I think those are really good experiences.
All right.
Get rid of the rest.
Is this a good sign or a bad sign? We're having such trouble deleting things, but we're also having such trouble picking things. So it really is like a feast and famine for
Let's
the
do
Switch.
This. Let's do this. You pick 3 in your head. I'll pick 3 in my head that we think belong in the top 10. And if one matches, it goes on there. Let's try that. Okay.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep.
All right. I got it too. All right. I'm gonna tell you mine. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with Mega Man 11. I'm going to go with Dead Cells, and I'm going to go with Little Nightmares.
Okay, mine was Pokemon Let's Go, Overcooked 2, and Mega Man 11.
All right, so Mega Man's making it. Cool. I love Mega Man 11.
I think Mega Man 11 is really good. I think I was surprised by okay, 9 and 10 are good games, but they're so retro, and then Mighty Number 9 was so garbage.
Yeah.
That the fact that they were able then to innovate while still retaining quality, difficulty, fun, charm, to me that's really impressive, and I think it was priced right, and I think it's a really cool package. It had a little bit of love on Switch, the demo, so
the gear system is so good. Like, because how do you change something that's been working for so long, decades now at this point for the series, and to introduce something like that and have it work to varying degrees. I know some of the bosses were like a little easy and stuff like that, but it's a phenomenal game in my opinion. I know it's not like one of the most beloved Mega Man games, but I really had a ton of fun with it. So
sure, yeah, I think it's interesting because like I tried to play it without the gear system early on. I tried to just play it like traditional Mega Man, and you really can't. Like you really have to incorporate, and to me that's a good thing because it shows that system is a needed and well integrated design choice rather than something that's just superfluously put on the top. So I give it props from a design standpoint and a fun standpoint. I really want Overcooked 2 on this list. I would have wanted Overcooked 1 last year, but it was so old and whatnot. I think it is one of the best and most ingenious multiplayer games created in the last couple of years. Overcooked 2 is a very fully featured package. They have the Surf and Turf DLC, which incorporates a lot of new recipes and a whole beach theme. They just dropped today a holiday pack for free that has 5 new levels and 3 new recipes. They support the game. It's incredibly fun. It's more there's more to do and more recipes and more dynamic action than in Overcooked 1. It's still one of my go-to like co-op experiences. It's fun. It brings laughter. It's challenging, and they found a way to keep it fresh, pun intended, even after the first one. I think,
as you know, I recently played a bunch of Overcooked 2 at a bachelor party. That was a fun thing.
Yeah,
I love Overcooked, so
right,
I'm not fighting that one.
Let's throw it on there. I'm so happy to see Overcooked 2 make a list. That's so great. It's such a good game.
I really want to start getting rid of stuff. Into the Breach, I think needs to go. Like, because it's good. It's not top 10.
So good.
It's not top 10. It's not. You like Into the Breach better than Little Nightmares? You like Into the Breach better than Inside? Like, it's a better game?
I would recommend it above. All right, I love Flint Hook, but I'm comfortable getting rid of it. I really love Flint Hook. I think it's underrated. I don't think anyone played it on Switch. I think the game is so good. I think it is a really perfect iteration of a roguelite that still has like some new elements. The fact that you're boarding these ships that have specific bosses, but you also have like the meta of specific skills and whatnot. I love it, but I'm going to get rid of it.
I'm sorry, Zach. Why is Diablo still on this list?
Okay, I put Diablo there because I know that Diablo 3 is incredibly old, but I was so impressed with how well that port runs and how, like, maybe I shouldn't be, but there's like virtually no loads. It handles everything well. It's the complete package.
So you're impressed by the fact it works. That's the barrier to get into your top 10 list? Like, hey, please work?
Maybe I'm slightly biased because my girlfriend's brother was the lead producer on the game. I don't know.
Please remove it as soon as you say that. Get the game off the list as soon as you say that. Get it out of there, man.
That's fine. I no, like legitimately, I'm being silly there, but like I legitimately was like, wow, that's good.
No, it is good. It's not top 10.
I think it's the worst bundle. Like the art is just so bad. It's so poorly executed.
All right, get rid of it.
All right, we'll get rid of it. Crash Bandicoot is like, it's again a weird one because like, okay, I didn't play it on Switch very much because I played it on PlayStation, but I love what they've done. I think of all the games in recent memory that have come back, that one holds up so well because it's a platformer.
I wish they would have done more on Switch. They added a couple new stages.
Two new stages, yeah.
That's what, a couple. That's it. So
yeah,
I wish they would have done more. Port's good though. I mean, but I feel like being a good port shouldn't just get you on the list. Are you gonna play Crash before Pokemon?
Bayonetta, yes. No.
All right, so okay.
There's a game on this list that we're completely avoiding, and let's just keep avoiding it. Just keep avoiding it. Don't even say it. Just keep avoiding it. I don't know what we do with it, honestly. I feel like I love Towerfall, but I don't think it's top 10 this year on Switch.
I'm okay with that. We're already giving Matt Makes Games some love.
Yeah, Celeste is great, and that's going to be super high up there. Okay, so
hey, but Towerfall's really good, guys. Get it?
It is. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Let's talk Octo expansion. It's an expansion.
Okay.
It's a 20
expansion.
Yeah, a lot of levels, a lot of content there. Once you finish all the levels, you do get a exclusive skin that you didn't have the opportunity to try before in the online. Yeah, I mean, that's some cool stuff. It does a lot of nice things. Some of those challenges they can get like a little repetitive. Like, oh, you know.
Do you like it better, worse, or same as the main campaign?
Better.
It's a really good value. It cannot be purchased separately, which I fully understand. But if it could, would you put it above some of these other games that are in the same price range?
Yeah.
Octopath
I want to play Octopath before I want to play Guacamelee.
Well, not Octopath, Octo expansion.
Oh, expansion. God.
Also, we can't have two Octos on the list, so you got to pick.
Yeah, I'm playing Octo expansion before Guacamelee, probably before Dead Cells, just because. I mean, you say if it was available to purchase, right? I mean, it isn't.
Yeah.
But then it's a 3D game, like that counts. Like it's a bigger game, like, and it's a genre that isn't super represented, except for Wolfenstein, which you keep advocating for. Like shooters in general, I know first-person shooter, third-person shooter, very different. I understand, but I like Octo expansion a lot.
I'm willing to dump into the Breach right now. I'm just looking at how little space we have. I'm willing to dump that, so we'll dump that. I'm also willing to dump Guacamelee too, so we'll dump that.
Just because I never got to it, no matter how much I keep wanting to, and I understand the pedigree of the game, let's probably dump Hollow Knight. And I know it's phenomenal.
It's so good.
I know.
It's not. I mean, if you're finally coming around to my side of like this has to be our list, so yeah, I don't think it can be on there. It is really good. It's beautiful. It has a lot to say. You know, if Jake was still on the channel, he'd be fighting for it hard. We can dump it. Gabe, I really think Bayonetta's got to go.
I just like the game so much. Like I like them a lot.
Okay, between like Octopath, Bayonetta, Octo, Fortnite, like I mean, we can't have all of them. So
yeah, all right, dump Bayonetta. I love it though. I think it's one of the best packages on Switch if you get both of them.
And that's another hard thing is like they don't list it together. Like it is, but like Nintendo kind of considers it separate, which is weird to me. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Okay. We haven't really talked about Dead Cells. It's a very good game. It's weird to me because it's been in early access for so long, and I primarily played it on other platforms. I played a lot on Switch. I think it's fantastic. It does get repetitive.
Yeah. For me, that game is clouded. Like, unfortunately, by the shenanigans behind it. Like, when I think of Dead Cells, I don't think of how good the game is. Even though what do you think of? It's masterful. I think of the IGN thing. I think of the plagiarism. That's
not the game.
No,
though.
I know, but when I hear Dead Cells, like I don't think the game. So I mean, the game is great. Like I've played it. So
if we're looking at Dead Cells, Little Nightmares, Inside,
I like Little Nightmares better than Dead Cells personally.
Yeah, okay,
the atmosphere on that game just.
I think Dead Cells is really good, but like I'm still playing Enter the Gungeon over Dead Cells. So like to me that says something. I do think Dead Cells is really good.
Zach, we got all right. get rid of that, and then we have to tackle this. Crash or Wolfenstein, one of them has to go. Like, I'm not even saying the only one's gonna make it, just one has to go. I don't.
Both really good.
What want so many old games on here for, man? They're old. Go play Wolfenstein for $10 somewhere else.
How much do we weigh the fact that Wolfenstein 2 though did do a remarkable job with a fast-paced first-person shooter and fast-paced motion control that we are expecting to probably be poorly ported to Switch?
I didn't expect a poor port. They proved themselves.
You expected the action and the speed to work well on Switch?
Work with Doom. Why wouldn't it work with Wolfenstein?
I feel like Wolfenstein is far smoother than Doom. Doom is to me a little shaky.
Yeah, it's smoother, yeah, but I mean, I figured they would do a good job.
I feel like I'm ice skating in Doom and having to strafe.
Yeah. I mean, why Crash? Like, it's good
just because it's a tight package, and I think those games look great, and I think that the first one in particular is like super fun and super challenging.
So you like 1/3 of the package. I mean, you never even mentioned the other two, like ever when we've talked about Crash. Like,
I don't know, I just like the first one.
I
mean, the other two are good.
Yeah, I mean,
Crash 2 is the one I played first, like in my life, like initially.
Yeah. And again, just to continue to throw this disclaimer out there, this doesn't mean we don't like the games. Obviously, like we like them a lot. That's why they're still on here.
All right, I'll think of that. Let's look at Inside and Little Nightmares.
Yeah, let's put one of them on the list for me.
Okay, they're both phenomenal. Inside is probably the better game, but I feel like Little Nightmares, for some reason,
it's more creative.
Well, and maybe because it's the complete edition. Like I feel like it is more of a Switch title, and it's newer. Inside's kind of had its day. I really like Little Nightmares.
So do I, honestly.
I know that, like, if you had played it and not liked it,
I also like Little Nightmares a lot. I played that under the stars.
It's really good.
I played that.
I'm fine getting rid of Inside, not because Inside's bad. I mean, Inside was one of my favorite games the year it came out, but just because it's older and because
how new is Crash?
Newer than Inside.
Crash?
The Insane trilogy, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Old games, man.
All right, so just to keep you aware, we have 6 spots filled, and we have 8 games to fill the remaining 4. So we got to cut half of these.
Dude, Fortnite belongs on there. Like,
I think Pokemon Let's Go absolutely belongs on there.
I have no issue with that.
Because like, look, the art style is the art style presentation, the things they did to make that world more believable and more living, breathing are remarkable. They will have effects going forward. They were very fun. They pulled us in to say, like, yeah, there's a lot of problems here, but we love this experience. It may not be the deepest, the hardest, the most rewarding, the most fun, but it's still a resounding success in terms of what they were trying to achieve. I think we had plenty of fun with it, and I would feel very weird not having it on the list, given our enthusiasm leading up. And then once it came out, yes, it might be waning now, and maybe we don't go back to it.
I'm not advocating against Pokemon. That's not happening.
So do we feel comfortable putting it on there?
Leave it there for now. But I seriously want to tackle Fortnite. It's one of the best multiplayer experiences on Switch, and it's free. And it's ever evolving, and it is on par with every other platform. And you can play games with everybody else. Like if you play on Xbox or PS4, we can play together. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have anything against it. I just don't have really any like extreme push for it. I would feel more comfortable putting Fortnite than Octopath.
See, but then that's what I was about to say. But if this is our list, I'm putting Octopath before Fortnite just because it's more my genre. I mean,
does Octo expansion do enough as an expansion to have it leapfrog a full game? Or is that just our personal love for Splatoon 2?
Yeah, I think that's for me, it's my personal love. I really love Splatoon 2.
I love Splatoon 2 as well,
I think I honestly think it's very tricky to have an expansion on here. I wanted to mention it, though. I did want to mention it.
I'm comfortable dumping it.
Okay. So many dumps.
All right, let's talk about the only game
we still haven't mentioned it. Like, we refuse to even mention the game.
Let's talk about Super Mario Party. Because early on, it seemed like it was the return to form. It seemed like it was going to be like the big thing that we loved multiplayer-wise this fall, until Smash, of course. it seemed like it had like really cool mini games. They incorporate a little bit of motion, but still left a lot of the skill-based stuff. They went back to traditional boards, and the dice mechanics seemed strategic and cool. And the more I played of it, the more I disliked it. And I hate that they gate a substantial amount of content behind unlocking every minigame, which may legitimately never happen.
Oh, no, it'll happen.
I have played so many maps or matches or boards or whatever trying to get the final ally minigame, and I can't get it. Because I'm required to have allies, I'm required for it to pop an ally minigame, and I'm required to get that specific one. Yeah, and I cannot unlock.
It's the penguin one, by the way, just like a tangent, like the one I mentioned yesterday. That's the one. We're both missing that one.
And so we can't even play the rest of the game, and we can't unlock Donkey Kong, and we can't unlock... And I think the dice blocks, honestly, they're a fun distraction, but I don't think they panned out as well as Nintendo thought. Like, to me, you end up just using like very similar characters, and it's pretty obvious what you should be doing. The items are weak. The boards are cool, but they're small.
Look, I like the game. I think it is a return to form in one way at least. But the biggest sin the game commits is the online. You limit the online to these very limited modes, and this is it. Like, there's no rotating modes. Like, there's no way to do anything.
It's just 10 games.
Yeah, like, to me, that's what turns me off completely because, you know, unfortunately, I don't have a ton of people near me that I'm, like, really close to that we can do Super Mario Party, like, often. So I would only resort to online, and given the fact that the online is the way it is, that's why I don't play the game as much. I played it a lot when it came out, clearly.
It's super painful for me to not put Mario Party on the list, though, because I was so excited, but...
I'm sorry, dude. I don't think it's going to go on the list.
It's so sad. Yeah, I'm so depressed.
I'm fighting against that.
I wanted it to be on here. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be... great. I thought it was, and when I first busted open the download, I guess, like it seemed like it. The first match I played was like really exciting, and then the game kind of reveals itself to you that the boards don't get better. I think the last board is silly.
Yeah.
And there's only a few of them.
Yeah, there's so few boards. And the size of them. They got to get bigger boards for whatever's next, Super Mario Party 2, or if they go back to the original numbers. Get the boards bigger. Give us full online for everything. Like, you got to do this, Nintendo. Like,
and there's no support for it. Everything else is getting DLC and not this in any way.
Yeah.
This is the suckiest part of the whole list.
You got to get rid of it, man.
No, Mario Party, why you gotta go? Why'd you disappoint me and leave me in a throw? Okay. So now we're currently sitting with 3 spots in 5 games. Honestly, I'm gonna say, like, it was a great year for games, but I feel like the bottom of this list is real weak. And I'm not saying these games are weak, I'm just saying the fact that it's such a struggle, and there aren't things that jump out, and that there weren't more games that are just like, yeah, that's gotta get on the list. It's gotta go on the list. It is kind of a bummer. Yeah. Like, we're literally sitting here looking at 4 ports from the year before, and I guess.
But we knew that. JRPG. I mean, this is a conversation for another time. Like, we knew this year was gonna be port heavy. Like.
No, I know. It's just a bummer that.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the bottom half of our list is like kind of like.
All right. I mean, we have 3 spots to fill. We have 3 spots to fill. So. I think we both agree on Little Nightmares, so I don't know why it's on there.
Let's put that on there. I really like it. I think the way that they handle boss encounters and just like the overall story, it doesn't really falter. It stays strong throughout. I think the final sequence is really striking. I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't played it, but like the turn of events is interesting.
Dude, Crash and Wolfenstein are not both making it. Get rid of one. Get rid of one.
Are you committed to putting Fortnite on the list?
I am.
Then Octopath is not going to make it.
So I guess that we're each picking one?
Because to me, it's either Fortnite or Octopath, and then either Crash or Wolfenstein, and that rounds out our 10, and then we just have to order them.
That sucks. That's not good. I don't like that.
I mean, to me, it's so obvious that the top half of this list is so much more recommendable than the bottom half.
All right, Zach. The only commonality I can see here: Wolfenstein and Fortnite are both shooters. Let's pick one. And you're not picking Fortnite. I'm aware of that. But I like Wolfenstein. I don't want to sound like I don't. So if you want to, if we want to go with the last two spots, give it to one to Wolfenstein, one to Octo. I'm happy with that. I'm advocating.
I was gonna say I'm totally fine going Crash and Fortnite.
You gonna do Crash or Fortnite?
I mean,
because whether I like, because
whether for you personally, you walk into a ethereal store of, you know, time is an infinite loop, and you're not sure if you've played them or haven't played them, or if you're reliving or living, but you know what you feel about them. Are you picking up Crash Bandicoot for Switch, or are you picking up Wolfenstein 2 for Switch?
Wolfenstein.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm picking up Crash. If you go in and it's Octopath and Fortnite,
I'm picking up Octopath.
I'm surprised you haven't soured on Octopath yet. I don't know. Is it just a nostalgia thing?
No, it's a good game.
But nothing changes. The combat that you see in the first hour is the same as in the 50th.
I mean, Crash, you're jumping, you're hitting boxes, like you're collecting apples, like it's not. I mean,
and at least you're moving and jumping.
Okay, so you want to go Crash and Fortnite?
I don't know if it matters, but Fortnite is free. Crash Bandicoot is budget. Octopath and Wolfenstein are full price. I don't know if that should factor in.
The thing I factor in, and I know maybe we shouldn't, but I do. You can get Wolfenstein for like $10, $15 somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's full price on Switch. I mean, it's down now, but
yeah. Yeah, we gotta pick one. I'm okay with Wolfenstein being under. Wolfenstein is a very, very good game.
I really like the Crash trilogy. I think it's a.
You would put Crash in over Wolfenstein? Is that right? Yeah, right. You would.
I think Crash is like I don't know. It's just like a great fit for Switch, and Wolfenstein 2 found a way to make it a great fit. And you know, Wolfenstein 2 is one of the only games of its ilk on the Switch. It's one of the only like true like full game.
And we don't have a lot of that on the list. I mean, I guess we do. Well, I mean, they're on.
If we look at our list,
they're on Nintendo.
We currently have 3 ports.
Sure, but we also have platformers here.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, hey, like we have platformers that represent the genre. We don't need Crash in there. We don't have very many shooters on there at all. Like we don't have any, really.
So, it's just weird to me that you'd advocate for Wolfenstein and Octopath over Fortnite. Wolfenstein 2 is hecka impressive on the Switch. We'll put it on.
I like Wolfenstein. Okay, so you picked yours, and I gotta pick mine. Just because of what you said, and just because it's so limited, even though we keep swaying away from the fact that this is our list, I'll say Fortnite just because there's so much more there, and you're going to be experiencing that game for years to come. You can't say the same for Octopath. And it is like a very like traditional experience. One's free, one's not. Like throw Fortnite on there. You can even put Fortnite at number 10, like because
I think whichever of these 3 goes at 10, we start our list backwards from there.
Get Crash out. You just put Wolfenstein in.
I mean,
you're not picking both.
I'm picking Crash out of these 3, but I'm gonna seed that.
Throw Fortnite on there. Right. We're both getting rid of our darling because Crash is your darling. Octopath is mine. We'll get rid of both. We'll throw Fortnite on there for the people.
For the people. All right, so we have established our list, and just to read it off for people, these are our top 10 Switch games for 2018: Celeste, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Tennis Aces, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mega Man 11, Overcooked 2, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Little Nightmares Complete Edition, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, and Fortnite. And now we'll start.
Wait, we're numbering them now.
Yeah.
Okay. The number 10 is easy. 10 is Fortnite.
Right. So that took longer than I thought. I thought it'd be a lot easier.
That was almost 50 minutes.
Yeah, I thought that'd be easier. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're no giant bomb, but we also don't have like 7 people.
Yeah.
All right. So I think a good way to do this, what I like to do every year.
The order right now isn't so bad.
I like to start I kind of like to just what's the word, like separate, like, okay, here's like the bottom and the top, like the bottom half and the top half, and we can even do it down here. I mean, to me, like
Wolfenstein's like up like 8, 7 to me.
I mean, I'm fine. Just honestly, they're the last 2 we picked. I would be totally cool if you're cool putting those two as our last two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now we know. Okay, I hate to like tip our hand, but we know what our top two are going to be.
No, you don't know what my
No?
top. Oh wait, you know what they are? Yes, we don't know the order of them.
Yeah, but we know what they are.
Oh, yeah.
The first two games we put down.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I know it's pretty obvious, but I'm fine slotting Little Nightmares in at 8.
I would put Pokemon at 8.
I just think Pokemon's a new experience. It's a bigger experience. It's completely new.
Ish. 20 years ago. A little game existed. Yeah, you could throw Little Nightmares at 8. I mean, that's not egregious.
Throw Little Nightmares at 8.
I'm thinking. For me, I've played so much Mario Tennis. I'm thinking that's like somewhere like at 5 for me.
Yeah, I think now it's like, do we value Pokemon above Overcooked 2 or Mega Man 11?
I don't.
Or Donkey Kong. I mean, Donkey Kong is great, but it is a port. How did you feel? Because this was your first time. You didn't play it on Wii U. How did you feel about it?
It's phenomenal. It's like legit one of the best platformers I've ever played. The difficulty that's there is like insane. Like I had no idea it was like that. I thought it was
super beautiful.
Yeah.
Those bonus stages are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot to do in that game as well. It's not a short experience by any means. I really like it. But I mean, I also understand its support, so I'm also cool with it being at 7.6. There's not a lot I'm gonna fight you with as far as order goes. Probably
how are we feeling about Donkey Kong versus Pokemon? Given that Pokemon is technically new, but they're kind of in a similar, just like port yesteryear boat.
I like Donkey Kong better.
Yeah,
I think it's a better game.
So do we want to put Pokemon down at 7?
I do. Okay,
and we can always adjust if we need to. But we'll put Pokemon. I love that we're just literally writing out the order that.
Well, I mean, not anymore because Donkey Kong is 6 probably.
I think I would put Mega Man at below Donkey Kong. Like, I really like Mega Man, but Donkey Kong is a better game.
Okay. Yeah, no argument for me. I agree.
So wherever Mega Man goes, DK can be above it. Overcooked 2, it's weird to me to say that Overcooked 2 is a better game than Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
It's not better.
But I like it a lot, and it's new, and I had more fun with it because, for me, DK was a port experience. Yeah. It was a repeat.
And that's the thing about this. This is all, like, person-by-person basis, really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I honestly want to shift something.
Okay.
I think I want to move Pokemon maybe 6, maybe 5, and I want to put Overcooked there.
It's so fun, though.
It is, but
it's replayable.
Yeah, but it's also very limited in what you can do. Like, yeah, like it's fun, but it's fun like mobile games are fun. Like, Pokemon does like so much more.
Yeah, but then one of our top games is also quite limited in that you're moving side to side and jumping.
No, that's my number 1 game. Don't stop talking about it like that.
I'm just saying, if you're going to say Celeste could be on an iPhone, if that's the case, you're going to make.
Not that gameplay. Not that gameplay. Visually, it can. Not that gameplay.
It wouldn't be as crisp, but yeah, it can.
Not that precise. No way.
No, not as precise, but the gameplay can. It's not like there's anything crazy. Like, right. Yeah, it's not going to be as.
So you feel a way about having Pokemon at 6 and Overcooked at 7, right? You don't want that. Even though this is semantics at this point.
I like Overcooked better than Mega Man. So like my issue is I want Overcooked above Mega Man.
Okay, so let's.
I'm fine shifting Pokemon if we decide that's what we want to do, even though you weren't even sure it should be on the list. I mean, like still, like think about Pokemon. Like you see the Pokemon in the grass, the guys flying around with you, hunting the shinies. Like there is a lot to love there. The realization of the gyms.
I don't love hunting the shinies.
Okay, well,
I'm not about that. That's not
scratch the shiny life.
Not about that life.
There's a lot to love outside of that.
Okay. Put Mega Man at like 7.
Okay, we could put Mega Man at 7 and Pokemon at 6.
Yeah, and then you can put Overcooked at 5. I have no issue with that.
Okay, so we'll go Mega Man 11 at 7.
I like Mephaman better. Mephaman. OVO cooked. Drake's game.
This just kind of like writes itself.
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of people don't like Tennis Aces as much as I do. I love that game. I've played over 100 hours of it. So,
how do we feel about this list thus far?
Good.
Number 10, Fortnite. Number 9, Wolf. 8 Little Nightmares, 7 Mega Man, 6 Pokemon,
I'm good
5
with it.
Overcooked.
I'm even okay if you just for you, just because it was your birthday yesterday. It's my late birthday gift to you. I'm okay if you want to do Overcooked 3, Mario Tennis 5.
Nah, I think we burned ourselves out because we played so much. But Mario Tennis 8 is legit good.
I still play it. I still play it.
Yeah, and they went back and they added stuff. I mean, the campaign's not great, but the fact that they incorporated
there's
campaign,
more characters coming. Like they added the co-op stuff over time. Like
the head-to-head is still really fun. It did get a little wonky when people, really figured out the special shots and all that.
I figured it out too. I'm with it. I'm good with that.
And like the online is good.
Yeah, that's perfect. What do you mean good?
We're not like I'm just saying like, oh, we had online issues with Smash. We didn't really have those Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
I do wish that there was more that like kind of just more multiplayer options. They did bring doubles online.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, characters, some new stages, and there's like new co-op stuff within the campaign. I wish there were more unlocks, like gear and stuff.
more gear would have been cool, and like but
there's some missing elements there.
It's a quality game though, quality game.
Yeah.
So this is my number 1.
Smash is my number 1.
I'm not fighting either. I mean, it's fine.
I mean, I think that the trajectory that Smash started at and where it ended up is normally games start here and end down here. And Smash to me started here at like, is this a port? Is it not? Is it just gonna have a few new characters? To everyone's here. We have this whole Spirits idea. We got a whole giant World of Light mode. We have
two giant.
We have a substantial amount of new characters. We have the craziest DLC characters apparently coming. PD Piranha Plant, sorry, and Joker, the first two. Like, that's going to get weird. We have Smashdown and Squad Strike, which are two of the best ways to play Smash Brothers.
Not
ever.
Online though.
Not online though.
Mm-hmm.
The online's kind of gimpy.
It is. For me, it just boils down to I almost cried during Celeste. I'm not crying during Smash. And like Smash is clearly a better package.
I almost cried when King K. Rool got announced.
Smash is clearly a better package. Like there's no argument there. But Celeste like touches you in ways that Smash just can't even begin to fathom. Like it depends on what you play games for. But dude, like I'm not fighting Smash being number 1. Like that's not. Both are. I
think Celeste is a brilliant experience. I think it's so much fun. It is one of the only 2D side-scrolling games that manages to step so far beyond the limitations that those games normally.
It's my game of the year.
Create for themselves
on any platform. And I played a lot of the big games this year. That's my game of the year on any platform.
I can't say the same, but unfortunately my game of the year doesn't exist on Switch.
But you also got to realize like. I relate to that game, to Celeste, like I'll relate to like a few others. Like there's so much about that game that just for me as a human, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
like this is.
I mean, I like I was saying, I think the fact that they were able to pull a meaningful and impactful storyline out of a 2D side-scrolling precision platformer is incredible, and the controls of that game, the way it works, is pure mastery. That's platformer perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It gets incredibly difficult. There is so much more and more and more and more and more content to unlock.
Seeing the speedruns of that game is like that's art. Like
there's boss battles which are cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Put Smash at 1. Like I don't that pack. It's so hard to fight against that package.
It's just to me, it's like the best game on Switch.
Smash or Celeste?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. I agree.
I mean, Breath of the Wild, like. That's like almost 2 years in our rear view at this point, so it's hard to sort of like put ourselves in that frame of mind. But like as a package, as what it provides, as what it offers on both the single player and the multiplayer, as what it offers for handheld, for TV, as what it offers on the character roster and the options and the online, like and the future support, the support we're already seeing, like that to me is as must-have of an experience as anything in the industry. And there are a few people that don't like Smash Brothers, I guess.
Who doesn't like Smash?
I was listening to a podcast the other day where they were talking about not liking Smash. Is there a reason you keep putting an equal sign?
I'm trying to Control Z because I clicked on it by accident, and Control Z gives you an equal sign.
I will fix your errors. Goodness gracious! What the heck?
See, it's unfixable.
Oh my god! Okay, let me there.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. What in the world is happening?
I don't know.
We can't. You screwed over the number 1, so we can't put it there. It's going to be permanently undecided. Is it Celeste? Is it Smash? We don't know. Okay. What? Oh my gosh. What is happening?
I don't know.
All right. Do we feel before we etch the number 1 into place and confirm this list? Do we feel comfortable with it? I'm starting to feel a little guilty about putting Overcooked above Pokemon. Is that silly?
No, I don't think so.
It's silly that Overcooked 2 is above Pokemon Let's Go.
No, it's not.
I do feel a type of way about this list. I feel a type of way that, to me, they're all very good games. We had a ton of fun with them. But to me, 4 through 10 is a weak 4 through 10.
What? Donkey Kong is weak?
It's just that, like, the fact that those are the games and where they are is weak.
I mean, that's what came out this year. Like, there's not a lot we can do. What are you gonna do?
No, I know.
You gonna throw Payday on there?
I'm not saying that our list is weak. I'm just saying that, in hindsight, I'm starting to maybe come around to the argument that 2018 wasn't a great year for Switch, in spite of it being so top heavy with some outstanding, top heavy experiences.
It's by design. I think Nintendo wanted it to go this way. I think the focus was Smash and Pokemon, and everything else. Like, hey, we're gonna give you some ports and stuff. Third parties here in a little bit bigger way. I mean, look at this. Like, I mean, we have some decent third-party stuff on here. We have Wolfenstein. We have, I mean, Fortnite's, I guess, technically.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that the 2018 Game of the Year list, and obviously Switch has they play by different rules, but the fact that we have Overcooked, Mega Man, Little Nightmares, Wolfenstein, Fortnite, and a port of Donkey Kong on our top 10.
It's that they play by different rules. Like, Mega Man 11 isn't making a top 10 list on another platform.
Well, neither is Wolfenstein.
None of these games would, because they have Assassin's Creed, they have they have so much stuff that we just we're not a part of that.
I do think the top, though, are tough to beat. Like, for me, Smash, Celeste, Mario Tennis Aces are in my top 10, no matter if I'm considering Switch only or all consoles or every thing in the...
Smash and Celeste are my top 2 favorite games of the year.
Yeah, for me, they're two.
I've played Spider-Man, I played God of War, I did those things. And these experiences are still more fun to me. Hey, there we go. We have a list. The number 1 Smash, clearly. But we
didn't have as much fighting as I was kind of hoping for.
I mean, I
was hoping to be a little bit more of a battle, but it kind of wrote itself once we got rid of some of the fluff and got rid of some of our personal darlings. I still think this is an incredibly quality list, and I guess another good point to bring out here, if I can get it to put number 1. Is that this is a pretty, like, I don't even know the right word to say here, but this is a pretty, like, acquirable list, if that makes any sense. Like,
acquirable? What does that mean? I mean, I know what acquirable means, but, like, what do you mean by it?
I hate that we can't get this to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I clicked on it.
I don't know what you did.
I just clicked. It was an accident.
I'm going to fix it manually. There.
Right, there you go.
Oh my. Okay, whatever, Smash Bros. You want to place your own. Okay, Smash is 60, and Mario Tennis Aces has been discounted, but probably 60. But like Celeste, you could recently get for $15. Overcooked 2 has been on sale for decently cheap. Mega Man 11 is around 25-ish. Little Nightmares was on sale for around 15, 20. Fortnite is free. Wolfenstein 2 dropped considerably at Black. Like, I'm just saying it's a pretty, like, if you wanted to go and, like, say you get a Switch for Christmas, you could make this list. It would be a lot of money, but you could make this list happen decently easy.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, and that's a good thing. There's a lot of fun experiences here, man. It would be
interesting to consider, like, if we were to consider both years, how many of these still make it?
Well, maybe that's a conversation for another time. Half of these won't make it. There's a lot of amazing games in year 1.
Yeah, year 1 was.
Yeah.
It is weird that, like, I don't know, like, all along I felt like year 2 was so strong, but
because there was a lot of Nintendo stuff, but it was ports.
Yeah, it's ports, and that's really hard to, I think.
Year 1, it's hard to combat because you got Splatoon, you got Odyssey, like, you got Zelda,
Rabbids,
Snipperclips, the best game of all time. Like, I mean,
Mario plus Rabbids. Don't forget your game.
Yeah, no.
I think this is still a really great list, though. I feel really great about it, and I'm very curious to see like where the fan vote goes.
Yeah.
Okay. And where their allegiances lie.
Well, they don't know about the fan vote yet.
Well, they will once this is up. The fan vote will be done once this is up, I think.
Oh. Right.
Let's make a little prediction. Is Smash Bros. Ultimate just going to be the fan? Yeah. I wonder what Celeste won Indie Game of the Year.
Celeste won't make the top 5.
You don't think?
Nah.
You don't think Celeste is going to get as much love as it deserves? I wonder what the total sales are for that game at this point.
Celeste? Yeah, I have no idea.
You think that game is like? It's got to be a couple 100,000, right? Like it's.
Oh yeah.
A million? You think it's a million seller?
Maybe. It might be close. I hope. I hope it's a tremendous success because it'll incentivize developers of a smaller.
More mats to make games.
Yeah, make more games. I mean, and it's such a stark contrast from what Towerfall was. Like to go from Towerfall to Celeste. Like
I mean, you can see like the groundwork laid.
Yeah, gameplay wise, yes, but story, like
sure,
that's unthinkable.
To me, it's really a feel good story that Smash Bros. Ultimate did pan out. Like,
yeah, you think so?
I just thought because we had so many conversations about like what is this going to be?
You thought it wasn't going to pan out? I never had a doubt in my mind.
I was very worried it was a port initially, and I was very worried that there wasn't going to be a single player mode.
I tried telling you from the beginning. Both of those things. I said, hey, it's not a port, and there has to be a single player. You're like, no, but Gabe's right.
I'm still so disappointed that Mario Party's not on here.
It's okay.
To me, that's the biggest disappointment of the list.
It's not our fault. Nintendo.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's sad to me that that's not there.
Yeah. Step it up, Nintendo.
All right. That is your Game of the Year list for SwitchForce, for Switch games, 2018. Number 10, Fortnite. Number 9, Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus. Number 8, Little Nightmares Complete Edition. Number 7, Mega Man 11. Number 6, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Number 5, Overcooked 2. Number 4, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Number 3, Mario Tennis Aces. Number 2, Celeste. And our Game of the Year 2018, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Shout out to Wonder Boy. Because everyone's
Monster Boy.
Monster Boy. God.
No, you don't even know the name.
They look the same. Shout out to Monster Boy. Everyone loves it.
Shout out to Astro Bear's Party.
No, that's not this year.
I thought we were just doing some fun shout outs.
No, Monster Boy was this year, and everyone says...
I don't even know the name of the game.
I get confused by those two. Like, Wonder Boy, Monster Boy, oh, yeah?
It's not going to happen, but if Ashen was on Switch, it would be top 10.
Wait, you liked Ashen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm playing Ashen. I'm downloading on my Xbox. I got someone to play with.
It's really... If Ashen was on Switch, which this is silly, it's number, like, 6 or 7.
I'm going to play Ashen. You haven't done the multiplayer stuff at all, right?
No, but they force a co-op NPC on you if you don't.
All right, cool.
At least early on. Yeah. At least what I've played.
Let's not talk about Ashen right now.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to jump on that.
I kind of want to predict next year's top 10.
Not now. Do you want to do it now? We're over an hour in.
Okay, quickly, just to get it out there, just to get a bet out there. What's your prediction that Game of the Year 2019 is
for Switch?
Yeah.
Okay. What do they have? Okay, they have so much.
But they have nothing that really stands above as like, ooh, this is going to be...
Crossing, we just mentioned Pokemon. I don't want to see Pokemon, but maybe Pokemon? Because Bayonetta's not coming next year, neither is Metroid.
I feel like unless there are major changes, it's impossible for Pokemon to win Game of the Year.
Fire Emblem. Like if that story, if they do cool stuff there, maybe Fire Emblem. Travis Strikes Again. Boom, shut it down.
God. I'm going to say that the Game of the Year is a game that we don't know about yet.
All right, I'm with that. I hope so, because I don't like any of like, not that I don't like the games. I don't want them for Game of the Year.
I don't know where it comes from. I don't know that any of those...
It's going to be whatever the Ubisoft team that did Kingdom Battle's doing next.
I think that there's got to be some holiday game that isn't announced.
Yeah. I mean, is a brand new Pokemon like enough? Because this is a brand new one. It's so weird that we're getting another. Like, it's so weird that like we're gonna go through the whole Pokemon thing again next year, and even deeper. Because with starters, like with new generation, like it's gonna be a lot.
That's so strange. Mm-hmm. All right, let us know what you think, guys and girls, of our big discussion and big list. We've established it. Can't wait to get into all the year recap stuff with you that we've got planned for the rest of the season. Best moments, worst moments, predictions for 2019. Plenty more to come. For now, though, that is our Game of the Year list. I feel good about it.
Yeah,
I do feel good about it.
So do I. All these games are of the utmost quality, so I have no issues.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, guys and girls, for watching and being a part of this. We want to include you. Hopefully you had fun and enjoyed. Can't wait to see what the fan vote turns out to be. And until next time, for myself and Gabe, have a fantastic day. Thanks for making 2018 such an awesome time and sharing all of these.
I didn't know we were opening our arms for some reason. Let's go back.
With open arms. We hug you. We love you. Gabe and I are virtual hugging. We're also virtual hugging you. And we're also actually holding our Switches. So to Switchfinity and beyond 2018, that's a wrap on the games until next year. Thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. Myself and Gabe, SwitchForce out.